In this video, we will be studying about the features of Indian agriculture. See, what are the features of Indian agriculture? How the Indian agriculture is made of? Number one, the feature of Indian agriculture is low productivity. See, despite of having the big hectares of land, the productivity what you get is comparatively very low. So production means output per hectare of land. Production means output per hectare of land. So it is extremely low in India compared to advanced nations in the world. So what you can actually produce on the per hectare of land, the production is very low. The second comes is your disguised unemployment. Which means the hidden unemployment. It is a situation of hidden unemployment, which means all the family members are working in agriculture on the piece of their land, but the number of persons who are engaged on a piece of land is much more than what are actually required. So apparently all are employed, but in reality they are not employed because the number of people who are working on the piece of land are comparatively more. If the cultivation on the piece of land you require only 5 workers, but in your family there are 8 workers who are working on the same piece of land. In that case, 3 of the members of your family is disguised unemployed. Means they are forcefully employed. There is no need of the employment. Third is dependence on rainfall. The agriculture in India is very much dependent on the rainfall. Crop production is highly uncertain. Good rainfall means good crop production, whereas bad rainfall means bad production. Fourth is your subsistence farming. In India, what farmers do? They grow the survival crops. The primary objective of the farmer is to secure subsistence for his family. So their main motive is not to earn the profit, whereas it's family survival. So they are growing the crops which are the subsistence crops, apart from the cash crops like the rice, wheat. These are the subsistence crop rather than the commercial crops. Subsistence farming is again the main feature of the Indian agriculture. The fifth is your traditional input. Many of the farmers are still using cow dung as the manure or the fertilizer, whereas the modern input like the chemical fertilizer, insecticides, and pesticides are not broadly used by the farmer. It is owing to poverty of the bulk of farmer population in India because the farmers are basically poor in India, so they cannot actually afford the high cost of the fertilizer, insecticides, and pesticides. So they still relied on the traditional inputs like the cow dung to be used as the manure in the fields. Sixth is the small holdings. See, the farmers have the land is divided into the small sizes. So the farmer has this small area of land under cultivation. So he cannot cultivate on a larger scale. All the farmers can cultivate the smaller scales of their land. So again, it compounds to the problem of subsistence outlook of the farmer. So they are more focused on the subsistence farming crops rather than on the commercial crops. Seventh is your landlord or tenant conflicts. See, your farmers are the tillers, whereas your landlord, there might be the owner might be the different, and the farmer who is growing the crop might be the different. So, huge area are cultivated by the tenants who are not the owners of the soil. So, obviously, the bulk of benefit of farmer accrues to the owner who are the landlord. So, the farmers, those who are the tenants, suffer from the deprivation. So ultimately, what happens there exists the conflict between the landlord and the tenants, the owners and the farmers. Backward technology. So bulk of farms in India are small in size and bulk of the farming population is poor. So use of the backward technology becomes a compulsive choice. There is no choice with the farmer as they are poor to adopt the new technology of the farming. So in agriculture in India is still based on the backward technology. So these are some of the features of the agriculture. I hope you like our video. Please download our Scholars Learning app and enjoy the learning experience with us.